Hey folks, today's quote comes from Rhett and Link. Keyword catharsis. Look it up. I know what that is, that was my nickname in high school. So I've been to a lot of classical concerts in my day, and if you've ever gone, you know that there's a particular way that things are done. You're supposed to be kind of classy, you're supposed to dress a certain way, you're discouraged from bringing a foam finger. And then there's the issue of applause. It's a lot to keep track of, especially if you're not a regular concert goer. Now, I've been around classical music most of my life, and I understand that there are standards to be maintained, and a lot of those standards are in place to keep, the focus on the music, the whole reason that you're at the concert to begin with. The one formality that makes the least sense to me are some of the rules regarding applause. So in a multi-movement work, you're not supposed to clap between movements. You're supposed to wait until the very, very end. And at almost every single performance I've ever been to where there's a multi-movement work at the beginning, there are a few brave souls who don't really know about this rule, so they'll clap kind of nervously after that first movement. And some people will join in, but, it's kind of half-hearted, it'll die out pretty quickly. There have been one or two performances that I've been to where those pioneering souls are shushed. Like judgmental librarian shushed. And personally, I think it's a very silly rule. You applaud because you appreciate the music, and to have only one chance at the very end to express that appreciation just seems crazy. Stop your bad self. You know what? I'm gonna forward on. Think about it like this. Imagine that you're at a fancy dinner, one of those, fancy-dancy multi-course deals. Let's say that the soup comes out first, and that soup completely blows your mind. It completely redefines what you consider to be a quality soup. In usual dining circumstances, you tell your server when they come to clear your place after the course. But by concert-going rules, you wouldn't be able to say squat about any part of the meal until the very end of the last course. Yes, I understand that there are rules, but with so many rules, it's very hard for anybody, especially new people, to keep track of all of them. And it doesn't help to shush people for the clapping part. I mentioned the shushing, right? Because when I say they get shushed, they get shushed. And admit it, ain't nobody likes to get shushed. Now, I fully acknowledge it's not fair to criticize something unless you have, alternatives, other possibilities. So, I have two possibilities to suggest, and neither one abolishes the no clapping rule completely. Alternative number one, the knowledgeable dude. Regular concert goers could explain how the whole applause thing works, but, be cool and chill and nice about it. It's like, hey man, there'll be a gap of time between each of the movements, and then after that, you can applaud. Say the second movement completely blows your mind and rocks your world, you should be able to express that. Other people might not join in, but you're free to do so. Alternative number two, jazz hands on a roller coaster. And this one has some kind of precedent. I've been told that applause in sign language is essentially jazz hands. For a very brief amount of time, you do that, but a little bit higher in the air so other people can see it. Observe. 1, 2, done. Shoulder level is also acceptable. You'll really confuse the people behind you, but hey, maybe they'll join in.